Top 10 Manhwa Where MC is feared by demons. What's up fam, it's your boy We Love Anime here, and today we're diving into the world of manhwa where the main characters are so freaking powerful even the demons can't help but shake in their boots. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those MCs who are just straight up savage, leaving a trail of fear and awe wherever they go. They're the ones who make you go, dang, I wanna be that cool. So, buckle up, grab some snacks, and get ready to be blown away as we count down the top 10 manhwa where the MC is feared by demons themselves. Let's get it! The Book of Lear. At number 10, we've got a wild story called the Book of Lear. So get this, there's this lazy prince who randomly swaps bodies with an all-powerful demon king. Crazy, right? But here's the catch. The demon king, who is now stuck in the prince's human body, has to complete a bunch of unfinished tasks before he can switch back. Sounds like a huge pain. To help him out, he's got a funny group of demon buddies tagging along. Together, they've got to get the human body into shape, fight off pesky angels, and race against the time. It's all super wacky and hilarious. The big question is, will the Demon King dude succeed and become his true demon self again? You'll have to check it out to find out. Mist, Might, Mayhem. Coming in at number 9, we've got a crazy story called Mist, Might, Mayhem. Get this, there's this total psycho killer guy who loves murdering people. Sounds scary, right? Well, he gets an insane offer to pretend to be the son of a famous swordmaster family in exchange for freedom. So, our main character now has to act like he's a part of this important martial arts household. But can he really fool everyone and keep up the act? With only 7 chapters out so far, things are already getting super intense and suspenseful. Will the fake son slip up and show his true killer personality? Or will he manage to trick everyone? It's a wild premise that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Check it out if you're ready for some crazy twists. Why I Quit Being the Demon King. At number 8, we've got a story that flips the typical demon tale on its head. Why I Quit Being the Demon King is all about this powerful demon king who is basically reborn as 666 different demons. Sounds intense, right? Well, after being reborn as 666, the Demon King just gets up and quits his evil job and leaves the demon world. Phew, can you believe that? He straight up leaves the demon world behind. But why would the supreme bad guy want to quit being so powerful and evil? That is the big mystery. The Demon King ends up becoming a regular dude with a hero working underneath him. With only 11 chapters so far, we're just getting started on finding out the Demon King's surprising reasons for quitting. Did being the ultimate villain get too boring for him? You'll have to read it to solve this wacky mystery. I'm not that kind of talent. Coming in at number 7, we've got a story that's equal part hilarious and intense. It's called I'm Not That Kind of Talent, and it follows a guy named Dion who is basically the biggest wimp ever. Dion gets sunburned insanely easily and can barely handle any physical activity without coughing up blood. So he's definitely not the tough, talented fighter type, right? Well, get this. Through a crazy misunderstanding, Dion gets mistaken for an infamous, powerful demon commander. Can you imagine this total weakling somehow ending up in the middle of an epic war between humans and demons? Dion has 0 fighting abilities, but now he has to survive on the demonic battlefield. It's an absolutely bonkers and hilarious setup. But don't think it's all just comedy. This story actually gets pretty dark and intense too. Get ready for some wild twists as Dion tries not to die. I'm the Strongest Boss. Kicking off the top half of our list at 6, we've got a fresh apocalyptic tale with a wicked sense of humor. In the manhwa I'm the Strongest Boss, the world is ending and humanity's only hope lies in awakening superpowers to battle the monsters emerging from ominous towers. Seems straightforward enough, right? Well, here's the deliciously twisted. At the very top of these towers sits the almighty Demon King, Jiu Ming, an unstoppable final boss. One by one, brave warriors delude themselves into thinking they're the prophesized heroes. only to get unceremoniously crushed by Jiuming's might. With just 11 chapters out, the zany misadventures are only getting started as the smug demon lord flexes his overpowered skills. It's a gloriously meta destruction of the typical shonen power fantasy. Buckle up for a wildly clever and action-packed romp filled with savage highlights. The Greatest Estate Developer. Hitting the 5th spot is The Greatest Estate Developer, which follows Suho, a regular civil engineering student who somehow gets transported into a fantasy world straight out of a novel. But get this, Suho doesn't become some brave hero. Instead, he just winds up in the body of Lloyd, a lazy and broke noble who loves drinking more than anything. Using his modern-day know-how, Suho has to get creative to take Lloyd's family out of massive debt. Cue the hilarious hijinks as this college guy starts building wacky inventions with the help of a giant hamster sidekick and a night buddy. It's modern engineering clashing with medieval magic for maximum laughs. With outrageous comedy, a fresh premise, and Lloyd's priceless money-hungry reactions, this manhwa delivers non-stop entertainment. You'll be cracking up as Suho concocts get-rich-quick schemes to build a better future. The Constellation That Returned from Hell. Sliding into the number 4 spot is a story that flips the typical isekai fantasy on its head. In The Constellation That Returned from Hell, we meet Yeonsung Choi, the first human ever to become a freaking celestial being. Now you think that means he's automatically the most overpowered guy around. Well, hold your horses. Instead of playing into that cliche, Yeonsung has to venture into the terrifying hellish abyss for hardcore training. Why is he putting himself through such insane trials? To stop the other Celestials from straight up eating planet Earth. That's right, it's a race against time as our unlikely hero struggles to get strong enough to save humanity. With slick modern world building, a refreshing unique premise, and high stakes drama, this one's a wild ride from the jump. You'll be glued to Yeonsung's journey as he puts everything on the line. The regressed youngest son of the Duke is an assassin. Clawing its way to the 3 spot is a story that's an absolute blast. The regressed youngest son of the Duke is an assassin, follows Cyan Wirt, the super skilled but overlooked illegitimate son of a duke. Poor Cyan gets straight up betrayed by his holier-than-thou brother he's always lived in the shadow of. But just when he's about to get offended, Cyan inexplicably wakes up as a kid again. Can you imagine being the Empire's greatest assassin suddenly reborn into your child's body? It's Cyan's second chance to step out of his brother's shadow and become the ultimate badass he was meant to be. With smooth animation, a fresh twist on the reincarnation tale, and the prospect of an overpowered kid assassin cutting loose, this one's an easy sell. Get ready to see Cyan hustle his way to the top without anyone's help. Player who returned 10,000 years later. Snagging the 2 spot is a manhwa that takes the isekai premise and flips it on its head. In Player Who Returned 10,000 Years Later, we meet the Demon King who's straight up done with ruling hell, so he decides to head back to Earth for a chill retirement. But oh no, he wasn't expecting Earth to have turned out into a literal MMO game world. Dimensional gates are everywhere, letting players hunt monsters to survive. Can you imagine being an all-powerful demon suddenly stripped of your abilities and dropped into this crazy video game landscape? That's exactly what our poor protagonist has to deal with as he scrambles to level up and adjust. With a unique reversal on the typical transported hero story, slick world building, and the promise of an overpowered demon grinding his way back up, this one's an easy recommend. Get hyped to see the Demon King rage quit reality. Solo leveling. And finally, claiming the number 1 spot in a landslide victory, it's the manhwa that took the world by storm. Solo Leveling. This bad boy follows Jinwoo Sung, the weakest, most pathetic hunter around. He's broke, he's powerless, and he's a total joke. Until he stumbles into a hidden dungeon. But this isn't your typical dungeon crawl. Jinwoo ends up with abilities beyond his wildest dreams, letting him level up into an unstoppable force. It's an absolute blast watching the underdog go from 0 to ultimate superhero, demolishing monsters left and right. With crisp art, clever world building, and the sheer power fantasy rush, Solo Leveling is a no-brainer top pick. Jinwoo's glow up from a sad sack to the strongest hunter alive makes this a truly iconic must-read series. The hype is unreal and 100% justified. This is peak manhwa right here. And there you have it, my friends. Those were the top 10 manhwa where the main character is so incredibly badass that even demons can't help but tremble in their presence. Whether they're cultivating insane powers, wielding legendary weapons, or just being straight up savages, these MCs have proven that they're not to be messed with. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good power fantasy, right? So, if you're a fan of action, suspense, and characters that just ooze coolness, be sure to check out these manhwa. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Until next time, stay awesome, and may the fear of the MC be ever in your favor.